still doing this thing in Baltimore.
They are still productive.
And then you just snatched the contract from Josh Norman.
Right.
Okay. Did I think 16 million a year was too high? Because I think that's what he was asking somewhere. Right. He was asking somewhere around that. We offered, I think,
like 14 and a half.
I think. Even less than that, I believe.
Right.
Yeah, I thought it was high.
Right.
But I mean, I'm like all people, like, whoa, that's way too much money.
Right.
You can't pay that guy that much money.
Right.
Hindsight, I don't know if Josh Norman would have shored up this secondary as much as people think he would.
If it was just him by himself.
Because that's what you're saying. You're talking him by himself
right.
and 3 other rookies.
And 3 other rookies. No.
So, yeah, he may have locked down like a piece of his side of the field, but you still got a safety.
I don't think people are giving the credit to the offensive coordinators either because of the simple fact you lost to a very good defense last year. As far as the way that the Panthers were playing everyone last year.
Right.
They were able to bring the pressure and so on and so forth. These offensive coordinators, they don't just sit idly by and just say, okay, well, we're going into the next year. We're not going to game plan for that, for Carolina or some of these offenses that are innovating different things. No, they're like, you know what? We're gonna call a game. The Carolina game, maybe we could have called it a little bit different. Maybe looked at the way the Falcons played them when they got that one win against them last year. And that is what's starting to come about. They're saying, you know what? We're gonna attack them deep. We're not going to worry about the stuff underneath because Luke Kuechly and Thomas Davis can range from sideline to sideline.
Yeah, they can.
We're going to go over top of them.
Yeah, and that's what they're doing.
Because the experience is not on the back end.
And also, when you got a team down by 14 and 20 points, it's easy to pin your ears back and go.
Right, yeah.
And that's what Carolina was doing last year.
Yeah.
They were blowing people out. Okay, and put a lot of pressure on that offense to just drop back and get the ball down the field. It takes a little bit more time to do a 3-step drop and 5-step drop. So a lot of things have changed. They got a lot of soul searching to do this bye week, and I don't know. I don't think I can't see them coming out of this year. Not with the personnel and talent that they have right now.
Right.
So. It is what it is.
Yeah, on to the draft.
Growing pains.
Yeah.
On to the draft. And, start looking for some talent.
Look, I was there last year, okay? I was in the draft.
Yeah.
Just like anybody else knows, I was high on Dak last year.
High on Dak. Yeah, you were. You were. I gave you that.
And that's all we had to look forward to was, the draft.
Paying in dividends now.
It is.
Yeah.
It is.
Till Romo get back. You got a controversial call. We're going to go ahead and
it's not even controversial.
We have a controversial call.
It is not controversial.
Stop. Don't do that.
We're talking about the Seahawks game against the Falcons. Last play of the game. God. It decided the game. Okay? It decided the game. Just like Dez Bryant's play was a catch. This was pass interference.
Here we go with
We're talking about the throw where Richard Sherman, and Earl Thomas was draped all over Julio Jones. In every angle, in every view, in everything that you see about that game, his right arm could not come up.
Right.
He still almost scored it with his left arm.
Still almost caught it.
That was passing
a hand on the ball too.
Right.
Coming down. It was a pass interference. Plain and simple.
Yeah.
All right. A blown call.
Right.
That cost him the game.
Needs to be reviewable.
Simple as that. I don't necessarily know if I want pass interference calls reviewable.
I tell you this.
I mean, it's already hard enough to get to a 3+ hour game.
Right.
You're talking about a pass interference?
Yeah.
You know how many times they pass the ball and you can call pass interference? You're talking about throwing a challenge flag for a pass interference?
Here's the reason why
Those
I say
guys
that should be reviewable.
5-10 minutes.
Think about this, though. Let's say this season plays out and it comes down to a wild card season. Okay. Right now they're up in their division, so it shouldn't come down to it. But let's just say that it does.
Right.
One game here or there. This is the game that you missed the playoff spot. The Seahawks game. Or home field advantage.
Yeah.
This is the game that you lose.
Big time. It's big.
This is huge.
But look.
This is the difference between you playing a home game and then having to travel to Minnesota to play in that dome.
Right. We know where the NFL stands on criticism of itself.
Right.
It put those part-time referees in there.
Yeah.
That decided some games.
Yeah, it did.
Okay.
And they didn't go back and change it.
You ain't going back and changing nothing.
No.
You just got to live with it.
Yeah.
Okay?
Unfortunately. Unfortunately.
I mean, the rules committee may get together and take a look at it, but there are too many pass interference calls. I mean, you got chop blocking and illegal contact and all of that. So they should have got a play over. Should have got pass interference. Should have got a play over. It was a blown call. It's tough to move forward after that because that was a tough loss for Atlanta.
Absolutely.
I'm not going to say I'm sorry for him.
I know you're not.
But hey, it is what it is.
I'm going to tell you something. Colin Kaepernick started the game this weekend.
Colin Kaepernick. Now, we're talking about the Colin Kaepernick kneeling for the anthem.
Right.
Backup quarterback for the San Francisco 49ers.
Starter.
Played in a football game.
Starter.
Yeah,
He's a starter. Colin Kaepernick, he started for the San Francisco 49ers. A couple of the Buffalo Bills players said that he's done.
Yeah, well, I mean, Colin didn't have that great of a day. I mean, he didn't have any picks.
Right. He threw a touchdown.
Right. Well underthrown. I mean, I think he wanted to make sure he caught the ball because he had sailed a couple of them before.
Right.
So that was probably him overcompensating a little bit.
It could have been.
But, fortunately, they were able to get the ball. I was thinking it was Torrey Smith.
Yeah.
Right? Got the ball, got it into the end zone, ran all the way back across the field, got it into the end zone.
Yeah.
But,
Buffalo.
But yeah, Buffalo, 45-16.
Buffalo continues to roll. Ever since they got rid of their offensive coordinator.
Yeah.
And now they're 4-0 since they got rid of him.
Well, that bump is lasting a little longer than I thought it would.
yeah. Because we both said, they're going to get a nice little bump from this.
Right.
And they're going to play a little bit better.
Everybody tighten up.
But I tell you what, they're running the ball. This past game, they ran the ball 44 times for 312 yards.
Oh, my goodness. Yeah.
That's hard to beat.
Would you rather be ran on for 300 plus yards or thrown on for 500 plus yards?
I would much rather be thrown on for 500.
Yeah.
I'll take that. Running on for 300 is demoralizing.
That's demoralizing.
That is, we're going to line up, hit you in the mouth, you're going to fall, you're going to get right back up, you're going to line right back up, and we're going to do it again. And there's nothing you can do about it. It's nothing you can do about it. That is more demoralizing than anything
LaShawn
else.
McCoy averaging 7.5 yards a carry.
Goodness gracious.
3 touchdowns.
Here's the thing. San Francisco is not the team. They have so many guys that are out that they've lost over the past couple years.
Yeah. That window that, them going to the Super Bowl, Harbaugh being there.
Right.
Obviously that organization went through some changes.
Right.
That window is gone.
Yeah,
we know
absolutely.
that window's gone.
Absolutely. I mean, when you look at it.
But where do you go now? You got Blaine Gabbert and Colin Kaepernick.
Well, they're one of the teams that's looking forward to the draft. I mean, they are so firmly entrenched in going into this draft and picking out the best talent to fill a multiple of positions right now. Quarterback.
Yeah.
Wide receiver. I think that their running back, Carlos Hyde, is good.
Right.
Defense, I think along the line they've picked up some really good guys. I think DeForest Buckner, I think it will be okay. Eric Armstead, I think he'll be fine. They have some good guys.
Yeah.
They have some guys that they can actually. I think Eric Reed is really good. They're going to be in this draft phase.
Yeah, they are
for maybe another 2 or 3 seasons. Okay. Yeah. And honestly, that's the only way that they're gonna come back on that road. It's either gonna be to trade one of those real good draft picks that they're gonna get from this season.
Yeah.
Or and trade them for someone really good.
Hey, Tony Romo.
Yeah, I don't think that they're. Here's the thing about that. Tony Romo would actually, if you're trading him and you're Dallas and you've come to that conclusion, you want to give him the best opportunity to win.
Yeah, you do.
Okay.
Yeah. San Francisco is a little far away from there,
right?
Personnel wise, defensive personnel wise. Man, Chip.
Yeah.
Yo, that's the story.
Is it?
I do. I think it is. I mean, he went into Philly and really dismantled that team.
Yeah.
Tore it apart.
And he's going to have to do that here.
Out to San Francisco. You got a quarterback, Colin Kaepernick, that supposedly fits your style.
Right.
Doesn't start.
Right.
He's hurt.
Right.
Gets in, not that great. Not that great at showing.
Right.
Can he get better? Probably. I don't know. You maybe give him a little more time to grasp the offense. I don't know.
I mean, he's been there.
He has been there, but he hasn't played.
Well, yeah. Okay.
He hasn't played.
Mm-hmm.
So I'll give him that benefit of the doubt. But yeah, he's got a lot of learning to do, man. And Chip has got a lot of he don't mind moving personnel.
No, he doesn't.
He believes in his system.
He believes in his system more than he believes in the potential or the attributes or the doing what's best for the players. Okay, he believes in that more than anything else.
Hey, tell your boy that Phil. Hey, he said Colin was better than Cam.
He did make that comment.
He did
at the table
at the dinner we had.
Yeah.
Calling him out.
Yeah, I hear you. Look, I'm sure he wouldn't make that comment anymore. Okay, even with Cam's struggles, I think Colin Kaepernick might be done.
He might be.
Yeah, I mean, I think he's going to be a journeyman backup.
Yeah, he can get you through some games.
I'll tell you somebody else that's going to be a journeyman backup, but they haven't actually gotten over the hump to actually say that just yet. Is Fitzpatrick?
Yeah,
the Jets.
You know, I was willing to give him a pass after those that six interception game.
Okay,
I was.
So then he came back and threw 4.
Well, I said I was.
Right,
I was. Yeah. He just, I don't know, man. He just lost it. I don't know what it is. I mean, it's got to be mental.
Here's the thing.
He's got to be feeling something that's not there.
Here's the thing about him. Think about this. Everywhere that he's been, his first year there, he's had good season.
Good season.
Once the film gets out on him, that's pretty much it.
Yeah.
That's pretty much it when it comes to Ryan Fitzpatrick. It's one of those things that he will, and that could be the whole reason why they weren't willing to commit to this guy long term. Because you kind of know what you have.
Yeah. But I mean, you also know what you got on the bench.
Yeah.
In Geno.
I mean, but do you really know what you have in Geno?
Geno's played a good bit of games.
Not a lot.
When he was a rookie, he came in, he played a few games.
Okay, he was a rookie. Now he's a veteran.
Look, this is
you have to. Here's the thing. The way I look at it.
Well, he came in and played. He didn't do any better.
You don't know that. Here's the thing. He sat there. He's seen a 6 interception game. He knows what not to do. Okay,
I know what not to do.
I mean, so it may be just learning just the simple fact what not to do now.
I know what not to do.
Right, but I mean, you think about that. If you get Geno in the game now, Geno comes in last night, and they're like, okay, Geno comes into the game because Fitzpatrick looks awful. And then they come out today and say, you know what? Fitzpatrick is still going to be our starter going forward.
Yeah, so obviously Geno hasn't shown that coaching staff. Because remember, Geno was brought in
under the other regime.
Right. So, maybe he hasn't shown much to that coaching staff.
I understand that. And there's practice and things like that. But I have to believe there's someone. They drafted Christian Hackenberg, didn't they?
Yeah, maybe he ain't shown that.
Rookie. They drafted him before Dak Prescott.
Maybe.
Shots fired.
With Dak Prescott.
I'm just saying. It was 8 drafted before him.
Okay.
I'm just saying. I think this experiment with Fitzpatrick, it's over. I think look, they're 1-5. That's it.
Yeah, it is. He ain't gonna. He was seeking a big payday, and I don't blame him.
Either you go to Geno now, or you go to the Hackenberg. That's it.
Yeah. No. Yeah, you're done with Fitz.
You have to be. You have to move on from him. I understand Brandon Marshall likes this guy, but guess what?
Well, Brandon Marshall likes all his quarterbacks.
None of y'all are going to be around.
Brandon Marshall liked Jay Cutler.
Yeah.
Even though
no one else did.
When he left, he was like,
yeah.
Okay.
And let's be fair.
Fitzpatrick
is not the only person to blame on this team.
T.O. That's my quarterback.
Yeah, that was T.O. T.O. Now, not a first ballot Hall of Famer.
Horrible decision.
Hey, who you telling? So, you look at it and you say, all right, cool. They have to start over. Another team that's rebuilding that really don't know that they're rebuilding. Okay? I mean, that's just what the Jets are right now.
Yeah, they are.
Cardinals beat them. Cardinals, they improved themselves.
8-3.
we're gonna see them make strides, I believe.
Yeah, I think they should